What is up, everybody? Lindy Endzone back with another video, and we got another um, draft pick to go over here. At 191, the Eagles continue to dive into the trenches and select Teron Jackson, a defensive end out of Coastal Carolina. Um, now, the one issue that I have with Teron is not the fact that um, not the fact that we went, you know, uh, defensive line back to back here, but it's sort of a same kind of story when we talked about Marlon in the previous post-draft presser reaction video. Is I'm not too confident in his. I'm not too confident in his, um, sustainability with um, being able to maintain on the field. We're talking a college career here in which he maintained redshirt status um, going into the 2016 season. For the freshman, he only played about 4 games into the season before suffering what was said to be a deep thigh contusion, I believe, in his right leg. And it seems from 2016 moving forward, he continued to maintain that red shirt status up his final year in until his final year in 2020. He missed the final 4 games of 2017 due to another injury. I would have to assume it has something to do with the thigh contusion. He battled through another leg injury all season long as a redshirt sophomore in 2018. 2019 is where I feel that it hasn't necessarily bothered him, um, in which he spent the first 2 seasons around the defensive tackle spot, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I had a fact check quick for myself, but um, yeah, so the first 2 years he spent at the defensive tackle position, he cycled between 260 and 270 pounds, which, kind of threw him around the D line a little bit, whether he was, to play as a edge rusher or at the tackle spot. But 2019 is where he really stood out and, allowed for more scouts to look at his tape. He set the um, university record for Coastal Carolina. He set the record, the single season record for sacks in a season with 10. He, let me see here. Um, he also led the team in tackles for loss that year with 13 and was ranked fifth in the Sun Belt Division. At um, all 12 games he played at defensive end. So if we go into in the totality of his statistics here, he played a total of 18 games at the defensive tackle spot between 2017 and 2018, is where 2016 was never really accredited as far as statistics go, being that he started as a redshirt freshman that carried through the rest of his career at Coastal Carolina. So for 18 games, he started at defensive tackle, and then we got 23 games where he started at defensive end. And when he got moved to the defensive end spot, that's when he really started to stand out. Um, tallying a total of 18 sacks between 2019 and 2020 at the defensive end spot. He ends his career with 24 and a half. He had 6 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 188 total tackles, 42 of them being a tackle for loss, which is these are some pretty good numbers. And again, this is a similarity from a statistical standpoint when we talked about Marlon Tulipatu at pick 189. So, you know, And again, the trend continues here with Howie Roseman continuing to build with the defensive line, and and wanting a little bit of a reset there, injecting some youth like he wanted to at the wide receiver position last year. But this is just my only concern. There's a lot of there's a considerable amount of players in this draft class that have had a recent injury history, and it's not necessarily a good sign to see um, a player like this, especially on the defensive line, who has been redshirted for his entire college career. Um, so with that said, we're going to get into this post presser, and see how Teron feels here to be an Eagle.
Hey, Teron, congratulations and welcome to Philadelphia.
Thank you. It's a blessing.
We'll get started here with Ed Kratz and then Dave Zangaro.
Okay.
Hey, Teron, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not every day someone from Coastal Carolina makes it into the NFL. Must be pretty excited about that. Could you just give us a little backstory on how you ended up at Coastal Carolina?
Yes, sir. So coming out of high school, I actually didn't get a lot of publicity and stuff from a lot of college schools. But, man, when I came to Coastal, man, I really loved it. Going into my senior year, they offered me. When I came on a visit, I just fell in love with it, man, the culture, the brotherhood that they had there. And then, the fact that they was transitioning the year that I came in from Division I AA to Division I A, I felt like it really was a great opportunity for me to come somewhere and, leave a legacy.
Dave and then Chris Franklin.
Teron, for Eagles fans who haven't had the chance to watch you play, how would you describe your pass rush style?
I would say relentless. I'm the guy that's trying to come off the ball hard as he can, trying to be violent with my hands. Every year I've tried to improve on my bend, so trying to bend around the corner instead of, rounding it. So I would definitely have to describe my pass rush game as relentless.
So as we know, when he talks about this relentless play style, there's somebody on the roster that, that immediately comes to mind for me, and he's been doing it for quite some time now that he's 33 years old, and that's Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham is always, he's always relentless in wanting to try to get to the quarterback, and, whether he doesn't necessarily make an immediate impact on rushing the passer, just creating enough pressure to work along side Fletcher Cox, and in a system and pushing the the offensive line forward, and trying to shift the quarterback into a position that he's uncomfortable to produce a sack. So this is a good sign to hear. Again, coming from a 6th round pick, these are players that are hungry, that that want to bring their impact to the NFL, and it's a good sign that this is the kind of aggression that some players, are showing, getting drafted into the NFL.
This credit app will save you money.
What happened?
That app is trash. Only with Experience app can you get your free FICO score. Raise it instantly with Experian.
Download the Experian app now.
Go ahead, Chris, and then Bo.
Hey, Teron. How's it feel? I mean, you made a promise to your brother back when he was 9, and unfortunately he passed. How's it feel to be able to go ahead and fulfill that promise that you would make the draft, that you're able to fulfill that promise that you make the draft, be drafted?
Wow, are you serious? That's a damn shame. This man has a 9-year-old brother, and he loses him. You can only imagine. You can only imagine what this means to him, man. Wow. I don't have a brother, but that's. I was blessed with 2 sisters, but it's having a brother is a little bit different, and you both, I guess you both grow up loving the same sport, and it's that thing where you you always dream of wanting to play together in the same team and stuff like that, wherever your journey takes you. And this, wow, this has to mean a lot to him.
Oh man, like I can't even describe it into words, man. It's been a long couple years. This is definitely a blessing. And my brother was just one piece to the puzzle. My uncle, he actually passed before the season, and the crazy part is his favorite team was the Eagles, man. And I'm kind of getting emotional now, but getting drafted to the Eagles, man, it means a lot to me.
Wow. Jeez, almost trying to make me tear up right now. Wow. The stories that these kids come in with, and all the hours that they spend grinding through college, playing the sport that they playing the sport that means so much to you. And sometimes it's just a game, but at the end of the day, this is a career to some kids and some players today, that this is all that they wanted to do. And for it to mean this much to Teron, to lose his uncle who was an Eagles fan, and to lose his brother at 9 years old, I can't imagine I can't imagine the impact and the legacy that he wants to try to create in the NFL, to make those looking down upon him be wow. So that's crazy. That's gonna probably do it for this episode here. Again, this follows suit to the previous video that I done with the Eagles going back to back on the defensive line here from 189 to 191. This is I think this is part of a 2-year retooling process. They stacked up on draft picks for 2022, and they just want to continue this injection of youth to to help the aging veterans that may not have enough time left. Try and get these guys built around guys like Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham, and Javon Hargrave may only be 27, but he suffered a injury that took a considerable amount of games from him at the start of the season last year. Guys like Josh Sweat, he knows how it feels to be in that situation too, with the knee injury that he suffered. And Derek Barnett has his injury issues as well. There's the amount of injuries that piled up for the Eagles, it's unbelievable. But and that's the only negative that I can take from some of these players right now. And Landon Dickerson and Marlon Tulipa and and Teron Jackson here, they all have injury concerns. So all we can hope for, that's all we can hope for moving forward, is that these guys just stay healthy and make an impact on this football team. So that's gonna do it for me. Leave me a like. Help me with the algorithm of YouTube. Get this video out here to some more people, and I would love some fresh faces, some fresh opinions, and if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel. I truly appreciate this. I truly appreciate this opportunity to to be on YouTube and to just get my voice out there on the football team that I love to watch, that I love to continue to cover for the first time in a in this kind of atmosphere. And let me know what you think about Teron Jackson being selected at 191 for the Eagles. So that's going to do it for me. This has been Lindy Endzone. If you didn't catch the last video, it'll be on the right side of your screen talking about Marlon Tulipa. And that'll do it for me. As always, take care of one another. Fly Eagles fly, and I'll see you next time.